Hey guys, Bill P here from BP3 Crypto on BP3TV, and I hope you are doing good today. How's it going? It is with a quick look over here at my dead phone. Well, I know it's Friday, right? Because I had to make some flights for work. And another thing that alludes me to that it's Friday is because I had to chase a possum off my back porch, but we'll get more to that in later. It's been a long day, and I didn't want to go without making a video. So remember, again, I am Bill P from BP3 Crypto on BP3TV with educational advice only. So I apologize, but I am simply going to blast through a bunch of topics for some of my regular folks so they could take a look at things just in case you had nothing to do. Oh, first of all, let's shrink me down here, because there's something we really got to check out, right? What's that number I don't like, and what's that number I do like? You guys know, right? Going over to Marketcap, and right at the top, let's see what we got. 383-986-827-424. Right? You know, I'll know what that means. $383 billion. It's almost 384 because with just a few more, well, with just 4 more 100,000 or so, we'll jump up. That's crazy. But let's bring. So there we go. You guys can see that right there, right? Starting from back here on April 14th, April 20th. What's that? 6 days. So in 6 days, the market has gone from about to, I don't know, a little less than 2 1/4, 2 1/8, 3 1/8, 3 1/8, and geez Louise, we're almost at 4. Not too shabby, right? And take a look at that chart, right? What do you see there? What does it tell you? You don't see anything that just shot way up out of nowhere. We go back to a 3-month look. Well, maybe even just before that. So you see what happened here? The market from, what do we got here? December, November. Yeah, look. That whole entire crazy cycle right there was just from a short period of time. Operation Crypto Crush. All right, Bix. But anyway, that growth was too much, okay? I mean, it wasn't too much. There was a lot of reasons because of that growth. But that's not good growth, okay? Let's just leave it at that. Not good growth. You can see how quickly we chopped all the way back down. But let's take a look from right here. Now, see, starting off again, we're starting to climb. We want to see this as a steady climb all the way up. We don't want to see it have these movements where it goes from, what, 1 point right here. What was it? 6? 6, yeah. Anyway, folks, market capitalization, that number right there, 383. Come on, a trillion. Back here just a little bit and see. Bitcoin, what are we at now? 87.8. Look at that. All right. It was just 82, and we were fighting for every, breath of it. Ethereum, 600. Woohoo. Can we say woohoo? Can we say woohoo? Ethereum had a lot of problems. And the reason I'm getting excited, super excited for the Ethereum to reach 600, it's not because I'm holding a lot of it. And, well, there's some reasons. But primarily, like I was talking about before a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Wow, forever ago. But using Ethereum as the primary source of income for the ICOs and then holding that Ethereum caused a great problem. I mean, the market was going down and down and down. Outside forces, inside forces, does not matter at that point, because the people who are holding Ethereum in their accounts needed to make sure they had funds to keep the lights on, to pay the developers, to pay themselves, get gas to go back and forth from work. Or the other option was to not be around in the future. So these guys had to look at the funds that they had, and they had to sell the Ethereum that they needed to sell to have their day-to-day operations. They also had to think about what they would need to sell should it go down any further, or if it went down further from what they bought. But again, you don't want to screw yourself, because you're going to need the value that you had created during the ICO if you want to stay on budget with all of your things. But let's see, Ripple jumped up as well. You guys know I'm not a big fan of that, but I will give it its props. 7.21%. Bitcoin Cash, EOS really jamming it out. Look, it's at 11 now, so it's like $2 in 2 days. Litecoin jumping up to 152. Cha-ching, cha-ching. I love me the Litecoin. Cardano, Stella. I mean, these guys are in the top. Well, you know they're good coins, but it's good to see that they're having this continual growth over multiple days. Not stupid growth, okay? Just general continuous growth. Good stuff. Neo, everybody's happy today. Let's green everywhere. Let's see what we have for our percentage changes. Highest percentage change, Dentacoin. That ding dang Dentacoin is always poking the bear, okay? 36 had the largest percentage gain. Now, I keep that in perspective, too, because we've had humongous percentage gains in different kinds of coins and sectors over the last couple of days. So 36, woohoo, for Dentacoin. But again, like I said, perspective. Although if you look at the chart, we have a nice, see how we have a nice hook going up there. See what we got going on over here? Almost looks like some kind of mountain out in the middle of the desert in California. You know what? Mountains out in the middle of the desert in California, they're not good. Well, they're good to climb up and jump off, but, it's basically what happened with the market, right? Bam! But look at what we got now. And not just in that chart, but like Storm's doing it too. Populous somewhat. Raven, Bitcoin Private, a lot of these guys. What we don't like to see is all that erratic movement from before. Things that are unexplainable. Not natural, if you would have it. But look at those gains, right? Those gains, solid gains all the way across the board. Man, Bitcoin, everything. Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Atom just came out. Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Private. Oh, man. And now if we just pop it over to the other side to see the opposites. Whoa, look at it. We have coins in the red. Walton Chain. You guys know about Walton Chain? I did really, really like Walton Chain. But they pulled a couple of things that weren't too cool. Doesn't mean they're really, really bad people, but it meant they got really spanked for a while, and I was actually wondering if the reputation was going to be able to pull out of it. But hey, this is crypto, right? Where people can rip off somebody for $200 million and leave a smiley face on the website. Jeez. So hey, you guys in Walton should have no problem, because your mistake was not nearly like that. But yeah, very little, 0.01%, 0.15, and 0.6. As you can see in the charts, there's no real loss reflected. So, I mean, you can almost say that there isn't a loss. Look at Tether, huh? Should feel good when Tether looks like that, because it means Tether's sweating, right? Sweating it out. And, yeah, and that's the way I want them to operate. Tether, when you can prove to us that you have one-to-one holdings, then we'll talk, okay? I didn't think so. Komodo underpriced right there. I think there's going to be some, well, it's been going up, but it's still at a good price. All these guys, did you buy Salt? Remember Salt was $2, $3? Do you know what it's valued at with the company? $26. Binance Coin. And that might lead us into something else too. So you got Binance Coin, but you also have Bithumb actually is announcing their own coin as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. So basically here from the chart, all we got to do is realize that continuing to see the growth that we experienced over the past week, right? So that's really cool. And the growth isn't, erratic. Okay. So again, that's cool. And honestly, man, just like my headphones are green, it's just nice to see a little bit of green. We were staring at red for so long, and we were fighting for every nickel and dime. It's kind of nice just to kick back, realize that we maybe made some of the right decisions, and watch our investments grow. All right. Well, that's a little introduction to the market for today. Sorry, I got a little itchy armpit there. Ooh, gross. But I did want to talk to a couple of things here and go through them. We did talk about on-chain FX the other day. I've still been using it, and I am customizing the screen. So I do recommend you guys to start adopting that. It's got some really, really, really good comparison stuff. On-chain FX, crypto assets managing and rankings. Did we talk about Verge and Pornhub? Have you guys heard about Verge and Pornhub? And I didn't say Virgin Pornhub. I said Verge and Pornhub. So apparently Verge has cut a deal with Pornhub, one of the largest, retailers, but pornographic material on the internet. And Verge is going to be on their system for a payment. Now, you can Google it for fun or you can Google it for facts, but there's a lot of things that have been going on here. Pornhub is a humongous company. It has revenues higher than Amazon. Verge, it's Verge. So some people say, well, this is great for adoption and stuff like that, and bringing Verge into like this economic circle and bringing Pornhub into the cryptocurrency, whereas other people say, who's going to pay for porn? But, I have a feeling they'll come up with some kind of way. So I give it a thumbs up, Verge and Pornhub. You know what I mean? Because it's progress, right? Check it out with your on-chain to see if you could find anything on Verge, right? I mean, it's as simple as this, right? We could bring myself down. You guys do this, right? You move me right out of the way. You open up another window. And, we can do it right from Marketcap right here, right? Now, let's open up another window, go to on-chain, because that's what I've been working with, on-chain. And we get ourselves a little Verge. Shouldn't be too hard to find because it should be in the top list here. Here we go, Verge. XVG. Yeah, my notes were XRG. XVG. All right, so let's take a little bit at these stats. Right now, it's at $6.82, 7775 Satoshis. It had a little bit of a drop there. Trade volume, market cap, stuff like that. But what do we have going on? If you bought Verge 1 week ago, you'd be 26% down. If you bought Verge 1 month ago, you'd be 100% up. We have that information here over on the side. I kind of can't believe it, but if you bought Verge 1 year ago, 93,000% up. And 3 years ago, 309. Oh my God. They're not even numbers that I can read, but let's read a little bit about what Verge is, and then we can make a decision here on whether it's good or not for Pornhub. Verge describes itself as a cryptocurrency built with a focus on privacy and completely anonymous and privacy focused. The latter claim is especially strong, yet the technology employed does not seem to be the best in class to meet this claim. Verge transactions are executed over Tor or 12P in order to theoretically achieve good network layer privacy, and optimally allows the users to execute transactions using Wrath protocol. See the black paper, not the white paper. But the Wrath protocol appears to execute transactions using stealth addresses, which is a privacy improvement, but cannot be said to make transactions completely anonymous, or other techniques such as crypto note, ring signatures, and Z-snarks offer more complete blockchain level privacy. ZK snarks. I'm going to write that down because, I have a feeling. So we're going to do a little more research on that. What it was, I've heard that before a couple times. Where was it? ZK snarks. Crypto note, ring signatures. So for privacy. Crypto note, ring signatures. And what was the other one there? Oh, this is one that I like. I like to say it. ZK snarks. Okay, so we'll take those two up. Other techniques such as crypto note ring signatures and ZK snarks offer more complete blockchain level privacy. Verge was originally released as Dogecoin Dark in 2014 and was subsequently rebranded to Verge in 2016. Hell, wow. Hence that gigantic growth, right? With the current supply, 2050, looking at 90%. Yeah, this is all going to run at least until 2050. Not just this coin, but like all these coins with these supplies similar to this, right? It's going to keep on going. Proof of work. Cool. People get the mine. Verge supply is capped at 16 billion XVG, which is projected to be fully released by 2027. So, yeah, check it out. The first on digital trends, the first article, and we'll read this and we'll go on. Want to hide your Pornhub browsing? Use digital currency to make the payments. Pornhub visitors want to keep their monthly subscriptions off the credit card bill. Now have an alternative form of payment. Cryptocurrency. More specifically, the best porn stash on the internet now accepts Verge currency payments for all goods provided by their site, including the Pornhub Premium subscription service. The move to cryptocurrency is the site's solution for the need to remain innovative while protecting privacy. Not only is this an exciting announcement for us and the adult entertainment industry, it's exciting for the crypto space. It's Pornhub's Vice President Corey Price in a statement. History has proven that the adult entertainment industry plays a critical role in the adoption of innovative technology. We saw this with the VHS, Betamax, and credit card payment icons, and most recently, VR goggles. We expect to see widespread adoption of crypto and blockchain in short order. Okay, so then it talks about Dogecoin. I have somebody that's called the Doge Lord. So I guess he's referring to the Doge Dark Lord and their dark paper. But yeah, right? Nothing like being super private while buying a little bit of porn. It'll probably work. I mean, it's crypto, right? Everything works. But anyway, I don't think it's a bad idea. We watched the Verge really took off with this news, and then it kind of fell down. And then there was a lot of talk about whether it was, cool or not. But I'm down with Verge, right? Pornhub's not so bad. But let's see. So what else can we go over right here? All right. Check this out. We've got this thing called Basic Attention Token. Okay, it's an Ethereum ERC20 token. And it's a token that's supposedly not supposedly, it is going to disrupt the advertising industry, but at the same time, making a win-win situation for the parties involved directly with the Basic Attention Token. So here it goes. They recently announced this big partnership with the Dow Jones, going to give them some access to data that's like in real time. It's been some time coming, but we basically figured Basic Attention Token was going to make some of these big partnerships, right? So what can you do? If you're an advertiser and you approach the network, let me mention one thing. Have you heard of the browser called the Brave browser? Like, rah. I don't know if we can bring it up here because it kind of acts funny and stuff like that with this video recording software I have. But the Brave browser is a decentralized, open source, ad-free, blah, blah, blah browser that has a lot of things built into it. So basically, it's like this. Fire up the Brave browser, okay? And if you have some Basic Attention tokens in your wallet associated with the Brave browser, you can allocate, if any and how much and what for you want to allocate those tokens. So for example, I like box mining, right? So say I go over to Michael's site, box mining, and, I watch his videos with the Brave browser. I can have something embedded in my video that says each time I watch one of Michael's videos, I will give him 0.1 Verge. Right? And you can set these all up for the people that produce the content that you like and the things that you're going to learn from, and then you want to see them do better and better job at. like buy nicer microphones. You can support those people, right? The basic attention token will give a way for the payment system to work all through. And so there's also another way where the advertisers get in with the basic attention token. So they purchase advertising space and area on basic by using the basic attention token. All right, so that stimulates growth inside that marketplace. Then the advertisers propose those advertisers to consumers. The consumers can decide which they watch, how many, if any, what kinds, genres, so on and so forth. The advertisements, they are kind of like voluntarily picking these advertisements, either, one, just because they're trying to make money, or two, they actually are interested in products in that realm. Like for me, cryptocurrency, cameras, technology. I don't mind being bombarded by a lot of that stuff. At least it's stuff that's pertinent to my life. And if it gets to be too much or stuff that I don't want it anymore, I want to break, I can easily turn this on and off. I basically give these advertisers a little bit of a clue on who I am and what I do by, receiving the ads from them and being compensated for it. I can turn that compensation around and compensate the other people in the system that are beneficial to me. So you see, it's like a win-win. I get directed advertisement information of goods and services, products that are available. I get to reward the people that do a good job with the basic attention token. And I'm linked in with a token that has, bedfellows like, what was I saying over here? Dow Jones, right? So come on. Anyway, so enough on that. We've went over, keep using on-chain FX. Don't be scared of Pornhub and Verge. And get down with the basic attention token so you can pay your brothers for what they do. Emphasis. Next, Stella. Okay, Stella Lumens. It has a, well, you know what? Just keep an eye on it. XLM. It hasn't popped. Sorry about covering the screen there, but if it hasn't popped already, it probably should. Let's take a look over here on Coinology. So what I say it was XLM. XLM. Let's see if we can get a US price just for comparison. ETH, BTC. All right, here we go. So, kind of quickly, what is this looking at on the 1 hour chart? XLM with USD. Bust it out to 3 days here. Bring a little bit in so it's a little bit more readable. And you have a little bit of better picture there, okay? So this is over roughly a course of a few days. And it looks like whatever it's at right there, around 40 cents, roughly has been in the past traditionally some sort of, peak. I mean, look, we line up almost exactly 3 times there at just over 40 cents. And then all this stuff around here is 41. We're floating right above the 40 cent marks. But yeah, it isn't a good buy. They haven't really taken off, okay? And I don't know. Without going into much more any technical stuff on that coin, I just got a feeling about them. I mean, I'm hoping they all do well, but I just got a little feeling. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Quantum Stamp, QSP, all right? They are a company that does smart contract reviews, which is a huge growing part of our industry right now with all these coins working out all of their products and their code. These smart contract review companies come in and they go over the smart contracts, fine-tooth comb. They look for things that are like inconsistent, stuff that's going to cause problems. So you would say, hey, QSP, keep an eye on those guys and similar guys that work on contract reviews. But it's kind of weird stuff about QSP, Quantum Stamp. They have like a proof of carrying program. Sorry. And if you join that proof of carrying program, you're eligible for these airdrops and so on and so forth. I was reading yesterday about it, and a lot of the airdrops, if not all the airdrops that have been through QSP, have not been allowed for U.S. Citizens. And it's not quantum stamps rule or anything like that. This is coming straight up from our government. They're not really sure. Some of these could be securities. If you airdrop the securities out, what is that saying? I mean, the people are getting involved in the securities, but they're not getting involved in any price, so there shouldn't be any kind of warning. Sorry, I keep putting the paper over the screen there, but it's basically what I'm talking. Big mess going on over there with the Americans allowed and not allowed to participate in these ICOs. Okay, well, it's worth to mention, if you haven't heard it already, that in New York City, the Attorney General sent out a questionnaire. Kraken didn't take it so much friendly or as a questionnaire, and they basically said, hell no, you are not getting any kind of information from us. There's 12 exchanges in all, but it wasn't any kind of mandate. It wasn't any kind of court-ordered ruling. There's nothing to really be red flagged about. It was just an in-depth questionnaire sent out to these 12 exchanges. Now, some people will say, hey, Bill, okay, cool. We know that this stuff is starting to happen now, so exchanges are starting to get letters. It's only a matter of time before they get regulated. And you're probably right. I mean, I know you're right. But, let me let on a couple of secrets here. All right. These exchanges will get regulated, and some of them are going to do it voluntarily. For example, Gemini, okay, Coinbase, some of these larger ones like that. These guys really want to be part of the future, okay, and that future. I have a little problem with the microphone here. They want to be part of that future, right? Jeez, where was I? Oh, and that future, in some of their eyes, to ensure their success, like Gemini, Coinbase is leaning towards regulation because they want to be able to have those EFTs. They want to actually have Bitcoin as a purchasable asset, on the New York Stock Exchange and just on the, all the normal exchanges. What they call normal exchanges instead of these, what they call fly-by-night crypto exchanges, right? So regulation there is good. So people like those guys will get that letter and they'll go through it and they'll answer all kinds of questions. So later on they can hey, we talked about that, or hey, we addressed this like that, or hey, didn't we table that until now? So they could really be on top of things and get that federal or state recognition, regulation approvals. So nothing can hold them back. Other people like Kraken, like I said, are taking a different stance, and they're like, hey, it's none of your freaking business or anything like that. You don't need to understand it as far as reading my numbers. If you want to sit down and talk to us, we can tell you what we do, and we can really dump information on you like crazy. But you can do that yourselves too with the market, right? So New York Attorney General sent out a questionnaire. Smart contracts, quantum stamp. XLM got a feeling. Basic attention token. Get rid of the ads and pay your brothers and sisters. Verge and Pornhub. Well, do I have to say anything else? And don't forget, on-chain FX. Keep using that. Couple coins here if you want to break out your paper and pencil that I have on my side. And I've showed you guys this before. You can even screen copy Shopee. I don't really care. There's nothing on here. Make sure there's nothing here. Otherwise, I'll have to delete this video. And believe me, guys, I've done that before. Don't hold up your password page or some stupid crap like that. But yeah, you can take a look. There's all my notes that I'm working this video off of. There's another page, but over there on the right over there on the top, let's see if we can bring it in a little bit. I'll check it out. So I made a little list as I was reading and stuff like that. I've been working on, and this is just like a 24-hour list or something like that. It's data, Proppy, Wax, Civics, Basic Attention Token, Addicts, No Limit Coin, BOA. I mean, there was a couple others. I think MCO I threw in there. What else? A few others. But hey, guys, take a look at them. So Theta, Proppy, Wax, Civic, Basic Attention Token, Addicts, No Limit Coin, and POA. Just a few out of MCO if you want to get into it, but that one was already pumped up to Bithumb. But just a few here, and some of them have done good, right? All right, Proppy popping off, right? 10x Pay popping off. Some of the old school guys that we were standing around and standing by, but didn't do much for a long time. I left a lot of those positions and went into other things that are a little bit more solid, and diversified into mining and whatnot. But I got little pieces here and there, and it's time to go back and rekindle those. I got a few Proppy. Going to go look them up as they had like a 100% increase over the course of the day. Let's take a look at their chart right here before we go any farther. PROPI. So I'm going to bring up on a crappy exchange, Propi to Bitcoin. And yeah, right. It doesn't look like that gives me anything to look at. What a mess. I can't even see where to. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that Propi, but we can bring it up over here. Apologize for that a little bit. Hold on. Running back over to CoinMarketCap. How do you like the new microphone, huh? Sounds pretty sharp. What is it? You can see it. That's pretty nice. AKG. It's a large condenser mic. 2 file number. There it is. All right, so what we're looking at, Propi, right? Sorry, guys. I know it's late. Everybody wants to go. All right, down 17%, but let's see. Yeah, look at the friggin' chart. All right, so let's bring it back to the day. Unbelievable. All right, so we're going to have to go to the 7-day to see the whole picture here. So remember, the price is in the green, the market cap is in the blue. Bitcoin price, whoosh, that thing just jumped way up. So what we have right here is it's putzing along at $1.20, $1.20, $1.20, and then bam, look at that baby, all the way up to 360. Oh no, on the US dollar side, I don't know, looks like almost $3, right? 275 maybe, 275, right? From what, 123. $1.50, bam, right up, and it's puts down a little bit, right? And we're sitting at 219. But what was it less than 24 hours ago? 124. It's up a buck even after the pump. Keep an eye on this one, guys. Propi is actually out there doing it. They're making real estate transactions through the blockchain, and then deeds and stuff like that are legal and valid. Work out very well, like say buying and selling condos for vacation rentals, for Airbnb and VRBO around the world. You might see these great locations. You're like, I've been there 3 or 4 times. Okay, this one's here or whatever. You don't necessarily have to go all the way over there to do the closing and finalize the deal. You can use the blockchain and Propi to go over every detail about the deal, and then to make the deal legitimate and legal. And then heck, pay for it in cryptocurrency too, right? Why not? That's what I'm doing. But look, we've got Propi on quite a few exchanges here. And that's another thing too. I mean, we have it on Bittrex, Hobie, Upbit. I mean, these are all good ones right here. I'd say, these top 5 here. Good places for Propi to be. Okay, definitely. We can even, we can go over to our OCFX. Excuse me, I'm yawning a little bit, getting a little tired here. PRO, right? Not finding Propi there. Interesting. Anyway, Propi, good stuff, all right? Other coins off my list. I am not going through every single one of them like that. I just wanted to show you what I do and what you guys should do if you want to help yourself out. couple other coins in that list was Theta. I kept that on there because it hasn't really popped yet. And, Jay Snip got that, psychic information leak on it or whatever. Wax was talked about good by Box Mining, was talked about good by Trader J, and it is a good coin. It's got some good things, and it's been showing some promise. MCO credit card type coin, and it just went through the thumb yesterday, or the day before. I think the day before, hence the big pop and the attention to it. I used to be into it, and I was buying and selling it for a little while there. Basic attention token, hot stuff, baby. Going to be around forever. Good company, good guys, good people. Invest. Addicts. I keep hearing about the ads, control, this, that, the other thing. BAT and Brave browser kind of address some of that stuff, but Addicts has been on the scene since the beginning, and we just really been waiting for it to go off. Do a little research on that one. ADX. All right, these are the ones that you could be looking at, okay? And if you already know them and you're tired of me talking, well, then turn me off. If not, Theta, Proppy, Wax, Civic, Basic Attention Token, Addicts, No Limit Coin, POA, MCO. Give you a little thing. Theta, PROP, Wax, WAX, Civic, CVC, Basic Attention Token, BAT, Addicts, ADX, No Limit Coin, NLC, POA, and MCO. Just a couple to sink your teeth in. Didn't really toss EOS in there. Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, of course. Look at them all the time and see where average in the dip. Well, I think we've got a pretty good rise on the Ethereum. Bitcoin broke out over the last couple of hours. Litecoin, would not looking at charts or anything or really getting into the depth, I would say. Litecoin's chance next, baby. Western Union's also thinking about getting into the blockchain, folks. So, figure that one out. And it'll be a home run. Oh, a little bit of corruption in the world, too. We can talk about 2 arrested in South Korea for netting almost $20 million in a pyramid scheme. Those guys over there, the regulators in South Korea, are onto that kind of stuff, and they are not tolerating it. 2 people were arrested yesterday in South Korea for the creation of a pyramid scheme. Now, there's all kinds of things you can say about how to, keep your eyes open and be aware. But basic education on what you're going to invest in, like what kind of coins they are, you can start to look at them really, really close. And as you can see, some of the coins that did fail because they were pyramids or some bad leadership or, fail of finances, you can see these little flags and you can start to, oh, hey, that's going to be something to look for. Or, hey, that's going to be something to look for. As you get a better idea of these different scams, you can avoid the scams. And then I don't think the regulation against the scams to protect you from it is as important, right? What do you think? 2 firms in the United States have approached the SEC, and they are looking for exemptions. They want exemption from being declared. Okay, how does it say? U.S. investment firms, 2 of them in the United States, looking for an exemption as far as classification. So what they're doing is looking for exemption and classification of coins. Right now, there's things that are like securities. So if you want to call it a security and you want to keep calling it a security, whether it is or not, and there's certain rules and like guidelines and restrictions that are going to be put on that particular coin or token because it's a security, these guys here, and what's crazy? You can buy it on his exchange. So it doesn't even matter. It's just when it's an ICO form. I mean, it does matter. It shouldn't happen. But the 2 companies that are looking for flat out exemptions from the security classification so they can buy and sell willy-nilly with their clients, Anderson House Horowitz, Union Square Ventures. I know I got the Horowitz right, and I know I got the Union Square Ventures. I think it's Anderson's, something like that. It's not House, Anderson's House. But anyway, it's another example of these firms that, are approaching the regulatory bodies and they're like, hey, I want to do this. And then they're going to say, hey, well, you got to do that. Well, okay, hey, I'm doing this. Okay, well, hey, you can do that. Cash App. Talked about that a little bit. Let me give you a couple of things that I found out today with my Cash App. So what I did last night is after I purchased some Bitcoin using my debit card, it was instantaneously and didn't cost any fees. There was a price difference of $100 from the Cash App app's Bitcoin price and like the current coin market price. So maybe that's where they get their markup from, or maybe they simply have some sort of a buffer in there so they can make all the transactions work on their side. They can buy and sell, right? But because of the discrepancy in the price of Bitcoin, when I took the $250 and put it in, there was about $3 that I lost in value of my investment. So it was like $250, but it was like $246 and change. And that's when I looked into it a little bit closer to find out, is there any hidden fees that I'm not seeing anywhere? And the answer is absolutely not. So how do they make money? What do they do? Well, there's other things in their system that they can charge money. If you're a professional account and you're going to do multiple transactions and have no limits, they're going to charge you, some money. But the Cash App has a little bit of a markup on the price of Bitcoin when you're purchasing it, and a little bit of markdown on the price of Bitcoin when you're selling it. Very, 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 very little. I mean, a matter of fact, I was doing the math and I was going to say like 0.013 is where I came up with. So for the money in, money out for the whole cycle of that fiat, we're looking at 0.026 or say 0.03. So 3%. So like on $103, $1,030. Not too bad. Run of the mill with the regular cryptocurrency, decent. The problem was, though, I purchased the Bitcoin. I had the Bitcoin in my wallet, and then I made a purchase on Amazon.com. And when I woke up in the morning, I had some denials from the purchase because there were no funds in the account. And it's kind of what I suspected, and it's kind of what I was hope wasn't going to happen. But the Bitcoin was still there in its full amount. It was actually up a little bit from when I purchased it, but there was no transaction history, and obviously the transaction didn't go through because of the email. So what happens is it was $208. What I would have had to done is remove the Bitcoin to sell my sell department or whatever, like my sell area, sell $208 of Bitcoin minus any kind of markdowns or fees. Well, no fees at that point. Just sell the Bitcoin, take the markdown, and that will be cash inside your cash account. Now, when you go to buy that stuff off of Amazon for the $208, it gives it the fiat money that you transferred over to the Cash App. To make this kind of like work, they don't charge any fees. There's no fees for bringing the money in, no fees for bringing the money out, no fees for transferring money amongst people. The only time there is fees if you incur a network fee for Bitcoin, or if you actually do some kind of high volume trading and stuff like that, use it for business purposes. And then of course they need to be compensated. Okay, cool. Right. Here's another hot topic. Bithumb. Bithumb announces its own cryptocurrency coin. So what they want to do is set up their system with more cash to do more of the things that they're doing so they can continue the rise and become the number one. They've opted to go with this cryptocurrency coin like BNB on bonds, but it's not out yet. It's definitely a good company. They are in Singapore. The coin would come out of the investment branch. There's a lot of stuff going on with them. I was contacted. There I go again, covering everything with the paper. I was contacted by a German individual who's in sales for their corporate Bitcoin mining type end, but not sure where we crossed paths, but he was pretty adamant. Everything I threw right back at him, he couldn't really answer, though. But he was adamant that he wanted me to invest. So he was a salesperson, not very versed on blockchain technology, and honestly not very good at what he's doing. Marketcap. I have a little note here for the market cap. Why? Because it's not 2, and it's growing. Chief scientists or chief economic scientists up in Quebec just released a study too, and they've come up with the realization that Bitcoin is not used for money laundering and fraud as much as people thought. So they actually broke down, with facts, figures, evidence to come up with this conclusion, and they're spreading it, and they're right. There's a few ways to look at it. What is the corrupted use of Bitcoin compared to the total population's money supply? Specs. How many people are really involved in this cryptocurrency? Little to none, right? Sorry, lost my thought there for a minute. Oh, I've got something here to tell you. God bless those Canadians, right? Bitcoin is not bad. It's all set. They said it now. All right, so check this out. Walmart, there's two other big companies that have a little bit of blockchain announcements. Walmart and JP Morgan. Did I say JP Morgan? Are you guys thinking that's because what? They suck. They're losers. They are not good people. The company is a horrible place. And JP Diamond, well, JP Diamond lying on behalf of the company, or I mean, just lying to yourself. You know, I don't even understand why people stand behind these guys like, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, or not stand behind them, but even use them. The sooner that we have more options, more viable options for, trustless economic environment, out of here. You don't need this. Don't need this anymore. Just be true, be open, be honest. What the heck? So Walmart's going to use blockchain technology because they want to just save data in general, right? They want to save data in general on the blockchain. They deal with massive amounts of data, moving their products all over the whole entire world and making all those sales. So blockchain technology, quicker, safer, faster, quicker, safer, faster, quicker, safer, faster. Doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out. JP Morgan, interestingly, has said that they are going to work into the use the blockchain to benefit them in the lending department, so they can see what's going on as far as like who owes them what, who they owe, but anything with the information that's based on that whole entire lending side. And they've got this IBM company, Quartum starts with a Q, but they worked with IBM, and now they might be spinning off a separate investment company with this Quorum coin to use internally as a private blockchain storage, right? Gigantic file cabinet. Hey guys, you might want to look up XDCE. That's all I'm saying. Oh, the last thing I have here on this paper is the notes that I wrote while watching the video. Privacy, crypto note, ring structures, ZK snarks. All kinds of stuff. Just going to leave it at that. I wanted to get a video in. It's been a very, very long day. I know I rambled on, didn't put anything up there in the background as far as like, the normal stuff and everything. But you can take a pencil and paper, go through this video, jot some things down, and then look these things up. I mean, we talked about some good stuff, right? Walmart and JP Morgan. Z Snarks. The arrested South Koreans, the firms that are approaching the United States looking for exemptions, ongoing Cash App, and things that I've been doing with the Cash App and the card. Bithumb, and the fact that it is going to launch their own coin and an investment branch. The Marketcap, that it's growing so beautifully. The people up in Quebec that are saying that Bitcoin is not a money laundering issue, right? The Brave browser, another good one, right? What else? The Brave browser, I'm using it as much as I can. There's a couple of things like this Zoom that I can't use it on, but it's my go-to browser right now. My go-to. All right, guys. A lot just thrown in there. I hope it makes some sense to you, and I hope there are some good ideas and information here that you can pull out. I find lately that, I find in general that I make a lot of my reporting on what has happened. And that's important. We need this information like, okay, coffee sales are down. Okay, well, don't buy any more coffee this month. So we need to know that the coffee sales are down so that we don't buy any coffee, but whatever. You guys know what I mean. We need information, okay? I'm glad to come here and do it. And as I go over these things, it helps me a lot. And I hope that by going over it and broadcasting it across the world, you guys get something out of it too. I really do enjoy doing it. And on a side note, I don't know what shirt I have on here, but you'll see a lot of this WWE swag because that's my job. And that was WrestleMania in New Orleans. The last time we did it there, WrestleMania 30. So that was a couple of years ago. We were at 34, so 4 years ago. Check it out. When we were at WrestleMania 30 down there. We were in the Superdome. We hung 498,000 pounds of weight from the ceiling. Okay. This 498,000 pounds was a Guinness Book World Record for the largest temporary hung structure on the planet Earth, or just ever, I guess. Planet Earth, Mars. I mean, it would be like taking the pyramid and trying to stick it up in the air, right? And unless they did that when they were building it and they swung it into place with a gigantic, space crane, then we could safely say that they, that they have got the record. So you can see on here the XXX, the center X there was a large, I mean, they said the same kind of thing. This is a basic design and logo for that year, but that center X was 11,000 pounds. Right? Totally enjoy what we do. We do the impossible, and we do it every day, and we do a damn good job at it. I love my job, and I love crypto, and I love Litecoin, and I love all of you guys. And I love myself, and I love my son, and I love my house, and I even love my possum that lives underneath the garage. All right, folks, this is Bill P. from BP3 Crypto on BP3TV with a whole bunch of educational advice, okay? Some would call it ramblings, but there's really good information in here. I mean, everything just flew right out of my head. I was prepared a little bit, but if it's coming out this easy and this, this is some good stuff. This is some learned material that I have. And if it's learned material on my end, then it's good information to you guys. Educational advice only one more time. Bill P. from BP3 Crypto signing off. Have a great night, folks. Ciao.